The jungle is alive with sound-dripping leaves, distant insects, low wind whispering through massive trunks. Shafts of sunlight break through the canopy, illuminating floating mist and dust. The ground is soft, layered with damp sand and decaying leaves. Everything feels alert, waiting. This is a realm of ancient predators, a theater of survival where only the strongest and smartest endure. Towering trees form a dense green ceiling, their roots like gnarled fingers gripping the earth. Hanging vines sway in the humid air, creating a labyrinth of shadow and light. In this primeval world, every rustle of foliage, every snap of a twig, carries a message of life or death. The air is thick with the smell of wet earth and blossoming flowers, a scent that masks the ever-present odor of decay and the metallic temps of blood soon to be spilled. From the shadows between thick roots, the stormbite jaguar moves silently. Its coat blends perfectly with the jungle light dark rosettes, shimmering as muscles flex beneath sleek fur. Each step is calculated, a masterpiece of stealth honed over countless generations. Its paws, broad and padded, make no sound on the sandy leaf-strewn floor. Eyes the color of molten amber scan the surroundings with an unnerving intensity, missing nothing. Breath is controlled, a barely visible wisp of vapor in the cool morning air. This is its territory, a kingdom it patrols with lethal grace. The jaguar is a phantom of the deep jungle, a living embodiment of the storm's sudden, devastating power. It has hunger and patience, coiled into a perfect killing machine. A sudden vibration ripples through the ground, deeper and more resonant than a falling branch. Birds burst from the trees in a frantic explosion of color and sound, their panicked calls echoing through the canopy. Heavy foliage trembles and parts as the Ridgeback Komodo emerges from the deeper, darker parts of the jungle. Its massive body, a fortress of muscle and bone, is armored with ridged, overlapping scales that look like chiseled stone. Along its spine, a line of thick raised plates gives it its name, a living mountain ridge, moving through the undergrowth. Its powerful tail, as thick as a tree limb, drags through the damp sand and mud, leaving a deep serpentine trail behind it. Its head is low, a battering ram of solid bone, and its gait is a heavy, deliberate shuffle that speaks of immense, ancient power. The jaguar freezes atop a fallen, moss-covered log, its body tensing into a low, predatory crouch. Every muscle is taut, ready to spring. The Komodo lifts its massive head, its forked, yellow tongue flicking out to taste the air, gathering scent particles and painting a chemical picture of its environment. Mist curls around them both, a spectral veil separating the two titans. Sunlight, filtering through the dense leaves above, flickers across the Komodo's armored scales and the jaguar's glossy patterned fur. The jungle quiets, the cacophony of life reduced to a tense, expectant hush. This is no random encounter. A territorial boundary has been crossed. A challenge has been issued, silent but unmistakable. The jaguar circles from its elevated position, its movements fluid and ghost-like. It descends from the log without a sound, using the thick foliage and tangled roots as cover. The Komodo remains stationary, its small, dark eyes tracking the ghost of movement in the periphery. It is a creature of patience, relying on its incredible stamina and defensive might. The air crackles with tension as the mammal's lightning-fast agility is pitted against the reptile's roar. Indomitable strength, the jaguar's strategy is clear. Ambush. It needs to find a weakness, a moment of distraction, to land a decisive blow. The Komodo's plan is simpler. Wait, endure, and counter with overwhelming force. With a sudden explosive burst of energy, the stormbite jaguar launches its attack. It rockets, from the cover of a massive fern, a blur of muscle and fury aimed at the Komodo's flank. Claws, like curved daggers, are extended, ready to tear through hide. But the Ridgeback is ready. Pivoting with surprising speed for its size, it meets the charge not with its head, but with its tail. The powerful appendage whips through the air with a sound like a cracking bullwhip, a solid wall of muscle and bone. The jaguar, impossibly agile, twists in midair. The tail misses its body by a fraction of an inch, but connects with a nearby sapling, snapping it in two with a deafening crack. Bing! The impact sends a shower of splintered wood and leaves into the air. The jaguar lands silently, immediately repositioning itself, its initial ambush thwarted. Dust and debris kicked up by the tail sweep hang in the sunbeams, creating a chaotic, glittering haze. The Komodo turns its full body to face the cat, a low guttural hiss escaping its jaws. It takes a heavy step forward, its claws digging deep into the moist, sandy ground, asserting its dominance. The fight has moved to a small, shadow-filled clearing near a shallow stream. The terrain is treacherous, a mix of soft sand, slick mud, and a web of cracked, exposed roots. This is a battle where every step, every shift in weight, could mean the difference between victory and defeat. The environment itself has become a weapon. The Jaguar uses this terrain to its advantage, darting between towering trees and using the uneven ground to stay in the Komodo's blind spots. It is a dance of death, a fluid series of feints and lunges. A second strike comes from the side, a slash of claws aimed at the Komodo's thick leg. The claws rake across the armored scales, producing a grating shriek of sound but failing to draw blood. The Komodo's hide is too thick, too tough. In response, the great lizard lunges forward, its jaws gaping wide. The Jaguar leaps backward, clearing the snapping maw just in time. The Komodo's jaws clamp shut with the force of a steel trap, the sound echoing through the quiet clearing. The fight escalates into a brutal close-quarters clash. The Jaguar, relentless, leaps onto the Komodo's broad back, sinking its claws into the gaps between the ridged back plates, struggles for purchase, trying to reach the vulnerable neck. The Komodo thrashes wildly, a living earthquake of rage and power. It bucks and spins, trying to dislodge the predator. Crashing against a thick tree trunk, it attempts to crush the Jaguar against the bark. The cat, sensing the danger, releases its grip and springs away, landing in the shallow stream with a splash that shatters the jungle's silence. Water and mud fly in every direction. The Komodo, in rage, follows it into the water, its heavy body creating waves that ripple to the banks. Thoughts: the battle is now a maelstrom of water, mud, and raw fury. The Jaguar, lighter and faster, uses the water to its advantage, splashing and moving to obscure the Komodo's vision. It launches another attack, claws slashing across the reptile's face, leaving shallow cuts near its eye. The Komodo roars in pain and fury, a sound that seems to shake the very foundations of the jungle. It retaliates with another powerful tail sweep, this time connecting. The blow catches the Jaguar on its side, not with full force, but enough to send it tumbling through the water and crashing against the muddy bank. For a moment, the Jaguar lies stunned, its breath knocked from its lungs. The Komodo lumbers forward, sensing its chance to end the fight. But the Stormbite Jaguar spirit is not so easily broken. As the Komodo closes in, the cat explodes back to its feet with a defiant snarl. Its fur is matted with mud and water, its side aching from the blow, but its eyes burn with untamed fire. It knows a direct confrontation is a losing battle. It must end this now, or retreat. It gathers itself for one final, desperate gambit. As the Komodo lunges, jaws wide, the Jaguar doesn't retreat. It springs forward, not at the head, but under it, using its powerful limbs to shove the Komodo's massive head sideways. The unexpected maneuver throws the giant reptile off balance. For a fleeting second, the Komodo stumbles, its heavy body sinking into the soft mud of the stream. This is the opening the Jaguar needs, not to kill, but to survive. It doesn't press the attack. Instead, it uses the moment of confusion to disengage. With a powerful leap, it clears the stream and vanishes into the thick foliage on the far side. The Komodo, recovering its footing, lets out a frustrated hiss. It watches the spot where the Jaguar disappeared, its tongue tasting the air, which now carries the scent of its own blood mixed with the cat's. The jungle slowly begins to reclaim its voice. The birds start to sing again, tentatively at first, then with more confidence. The insects resume their endless drone. The immediate threat has passed. The Ridgeback Komodo, bruised but victorious in its defense, turns and lumbers back toward the dark heart of the jungle. Its heavy footsteps, a slow, rhythmic beat of survival. The Stormbite Jaguar, deep within the shadows, licks its wounds, its pride intact. A lesson has been learned, a boundary tested and respected. There is no death today, only the hard-won wisdom of survival. The jungle breathes a sigh of relief, its ancient rhythms restored as mist drifts through the canopy, and the filtered sunlight once again paints the ground in patterns of peace.